Today we're going to be doing a sewer line inspection here in the city of Columbia Heights, Minnesota, checking out a sewer system after descaling and cleaning the pipe system here today. We are currently here at property address 4629 Polk Street Northeast. We'll go ahead and inspect from here all the way to the city sewer connection as a part of the city's disclosure program. Pipe today will start off as a cast iron pipe. It does leave the foundation and make a frost line drop down for smoothing back out here and leaving the outer edge, switching to clay tile here in a second. Right here is the transfer of pipe material, switching from cast iron to clay tile, also changing sizes, switching from a 4-inch to a 6-inch clay pipe. Right here in the pipe at approximately 52 feet, we do see some cracking damage inside the sewer pipe. This cracking damage is not a normal joint fitting. These have 2-foot intervals. Right there, you can see the actual joint tub. You push to here, there's cracking that stretches up top of the pipe, producing a small offset where the pipe has been damaged and shifted. And then as we jump over the top, we see the actual joint hub right there in the distance. So it's cracked just before the joint hub. Show you that in a pullback process with no water running. You'll actually probably get a little better look at it on the way back in. Right here in the pipe at approximately 71 feet, we have now reached the city sewer connection for this particular sewer. We're going to go ahead and turn off the water we're running, let it pass through the pipe system, and we'll show you the pipe in a pullback process when the water ceases. We did leave the water off just for a couple moments there just to let the pipe system dry out. So we should see this in a pretty well dried out state with minimal water coming through. I can't control if the homeowner is running any water upstairs as I am downstairs currently in the basement. You can see pretty minimal water coming through right now. This pipe definitely needed a cleaning. You can see a lot of dark stain lines on the bottom of the pipe, show that roots were laying here for a very long time to stain up the bottom of the pipe. We did make an initial attempt to try to inspect the sewer, but we were initially stopped at about 42 feet, and we couldn't get through due to too many roots. So here we did a good job of trimming the root right tight up against the joint hub there. So right here inside sewer pipe, this is the area where the pipe is showing some damage. There's some cracking that starts here, kind of wraps up and around, and then comes way up over here. This is not a joint hub, and when I push a little bit closer to it, you can see how the roots have been growing in through this portion of the pipe as well. So this is not a new development by any means. There's the roots that we trimmed out, and it's producing a good size offset or gapping there. We would recommend consulting with a sewer pipelining company to put in a small lining sleeve or patch liner in this location. There's one other area, since this one does require repairs, that I'm going to have to take a look at as well. You might need 2 patch liners. As I'm pulling back here, there's one joint in particular that looks like it's shifted quite a bit, and the roots may be the only thing holding the pipe together on the upper part of the joint. Call it out when we get to that area. I think it's right here. Yes, right here. So there's a pretty decent sized shift in the actual pipe hub. You can see that the pipe is here. Top of the other pipe is way up here. So something has caused that entire pipe to move, and it may be all this root blockage that you see in here that's kind of solidifying that from changing much more. But that's a pretty significant drop in the alignment of that pipe. Granted, the pipe is going downhill, but like I said, even here, there's some misshaping on the actual sewer pipe on the bottom part that's very ragged and very rigid. So you may want a repair company to look at this portion of the sewer as well. We'll continue pulling out. You have a couple other shifts, however, I am able to get over the top, and they are causing water to pool, so you do have just a little bit of a shift right there, but that one's relatively easier to get through. As we look at the upper part of the pipe there, might be a very thin grade crack that is stretching along right in here. We will continue pulling back.
Are we almost done?
Right here in the pipe is the transition from 4-inch cast iron to the 6-inch clay tile right here at this location. We're now coming back in through the drop line, or the frost line drop down, to come back into through the foundation eventually here. here we are on the outside of the physical drain pipe. We'll go ahead and conclude today's inspection. Would recommend consulting with a sewer repair company to have those two areas of the pipe addressed. And the drain's working, but does come with some liabilities on those two areas. They are going to get worse over time. Roots are now properly cleaned, and the line will have a 6-month warranty against clogging. However, the warranty that we do give you is just for drainage purposes only. We do not warranty any line from a structural perspective. We'll conclude the video portion here. Thank you very much for allowing us to clean and scope the sewer system.